Right, my name Emra Oshemi, Sabre, say anopa, say we say anumre, memoachim, moha, memoajo, and wakwaba at the bar channel is so, and we made in show on the channel. Phobia Lane, abbreviated Phobia there, na heart of folk. Lane is to be a part of folk and discuss it on the show, Phobia Lane. Memoakwaba. Many my coaches bedding come on, many former players bedding come on, a better cast about the game, a better review game, a better preview games. Everything about House of Folk will be done on this channel. News via camp news, anything House of Folk, get a better on Phobia Lane. Kejuana Kasani, Erica Siru Wedi, my guest, I crowd of dada, you better waba, yaba, na yet come to train as so Phobia Lane. Right, Mesam Wakwaba, the Phobia Lane, so my bedroom for an answer, the minute come on now, Kwaba, at the Abasho, so now you are creating offer, Nana Yao Asabre. And then I am a guest on Phobia Lane, the main edition of Kwaba.
Yeah,
of a BBA fine.
Yeah, me, I don't be fine.
No, I'm happy to say I was BBA fine. I'm a cast over cast has to focus on BBA and Shadan fine.
Oh, has cra BBI fine.
Has to BBA fine.
Oh, yeah. This has been the story of us folk. For the past 13 years. I been the new normal.
The new normal. Wow. We're the maiden edition of Phobia Lane. Just a few words on Phobia Lane. We are going to be one of our regular guests on Phobia Lane.
All right.
Just a few words from you about the show.
Well, that's it. The kind, I said, the need say no. The need the man. The chef for almost a channel. It's a medical chair. Na ya momu na kwaba se omufa channel nje omu regular channel on behwe or YouTube and other places na yingina from time to time no ye me check in sema yeso so ewo mu bi na mo so atimiatie e de account mo so akai se ho being the medium one. I like the environment where we are now. I think the setup is very well. I hear Ubi cry because I hire Britry baby.
Of Sabre.
But in Britry, wow. I think I like the environment.
Wow. Of Sabre, a few words now. Message say unsubscribe. I be me a subscription button now. Me a subscriber. Now me a don so the everybody who come in now. Another comment to go say ho. I don't my grow or subscribe or like or share no. Na my channel na grow. Me that Sabre be a to her. Share am I yet 2 on 1 shot you go semester so share crown subscribe here me a subscription button I don't know the other when you don't know maybe be two up who say bibi abanti ma memra mehwe. Thank you so much for joining us. Aba where the empty sequence we cook digidi pa na the most recent one e be share Heart of Folk very recent game mokobo with the not a result of Heart of Folk fans spectacle after that agitation so cause of fans maybe not show my dream a bit to tougher coach or a bit to tougher players or any other own a session of the game no one is saying is it a game where House of Folk did well and no one deserves some belus
has the Lagos cities or the no Lagos cities outplay House of Folk in every department of the game.
Okay.
Now, me a little bit shocked because what baffles me is who share the sort of so-called infrastructure, any easiness about House of Folk players, any technical team, facilities are available to them. Now, Ubeshe WhatsApp platforms na training video gidi say ubenya rechire mu say the sort of training I show video yi any drills are come through if it is anything to go by I can say by this time I have to focus that
I'm chill be an come share
unfortunately or ironically, it appears that those facilities now, you buy a home somewhere, no, endure finally to the benefit of the club. Can you cry? Me jump from one place to another to go and beg to get training. Aquanas Park, near Koha, near Ko Ayas Park will go near year free one year, Yenam Sacrano. Our performance was not as bad as we're experiencing now. You have PHOBIA residential and you are close to your training field. Buses MPK from various centers and I'm with training. Everything is at your disposal, and yet you are not getting the results. And in the idea, now the Lagos cities are maybe 2, 3, 5 months crying to your They are more motivated to play and beat House of Folk than House of Folk players are. All facilities are available to them. It is ironical. I can't understand it.
But is it quality?
If you look at House of Folk players now, there is nothing about quality. Other clubs will be a house players in NB. What do I say? Who go through House of Folk setup, with the exception of 1 or 2 or 3 players being a bit makase, the rest, you know, can easily fit into any other club's selection. And you know, I can't really place it exactly where the problem is. And I think that largely we have to take a second look at the way we recruit players into the club. I think you recruit players without standard.
Without standard?
Without format. Without a certain level of grading.
No, but you agreed, me, sir, before player the bars of Fokuno. Even the Division 2 player or the Division 1 player, I know only born ball. Only born no ball. How they were cut through. To the all year recruitment, you know. Only born no mano. Well,
what I say. But to the larger section of the supporters, you know, there are certain players that if you mention their name, presto, they will accept him. House of Folk supporters didn't have any problem. House of Folk poaching Charles Taylor, for instance, from Olympics. What I say? Or any other player, be out by or back selling here. But if you poach 15 players, now eventually 10 of them are not good, then you are not a good recruitment officer. Who your recruitment, especially bigger clubs, there is pressure. What I say? There is pressure on the team, pressure from the supporters, pressure on every single individual player via Obo club. Why? Because you are supposed to play under a certain standard, befitting the status of the club now. Smaller clubs, you are free to express yourself anyhow you want it because there's no pressure. Who experimenting bibi kura no na acquire new style amount. But in House of Folk, you cannot experiment anything until and unless you have so much confidence in what you are doing as a player. At the moment, I did be aware experimenting. I be a new style. I may have also. There is a certain standard of player you are expected from House of Folk players. You need to have a bigger heart and a fighting spirit to play for House of Folk. And I think recruitment, they don't drum this thing into their heads. They don't let them know through orientation the sort of club that they are coming to play. They should let them know. Because so Obia Bebo has at the Champions League, Obia Bebo has at the league at 6 consecutively. Obia Bebo has at the FA Cup at the a league at the same time. Obia Bebo has at the goalkeeping. Not yet sort of play and said Bebo. That is the challenge.
From what you are saying, after the game, Nabi in particular position and no more cancer goalkeeping. Oh, from what you are saying, means there the entire squad. But that's a for any goalkeeper. As a goalkeeping problem.
We have a goalkeeping problem. We have a goalkeeping, and it all boils down to lack of confidence.
No, but that has experience.
No, you see, who experience now what depot inform now oh you come back one share obey G3. But the difference I mean who ever other teams you know goalkeepers share Samatta's goalkeeper for instance share Felicity share Benjamin Asari share Frederick Asari share Dreams FC keeper no
I know this is Africa now because PHOBIA no more you.
Oh, Debbie.
But he's good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Omni Zamalek, he virtually stood between Zamalek and a lot of goals. He's good. What you say? Almost reflexes. Keep us here, Makanya. Show me reflexes. Almost timing. And composure when they are in the post. Atta lacks all these qualities.
I feel no like another that they no like it.
That be or say no or like it. And it comes up to the goalkeeper's trainer. The sort of drills are or do more. But Kedua, I did be a one. And it appears say mostly footballer
scientific
data and science.
Yeah.
I scientific. And then you have every department. Make us say virtually you have every department coach. You will goalkeeper trainer. You will coach are specifically assigned for even defenders. Even right backs, strikers. We have all these scientific, you know, sort of training. And yet our goalkeepers are not matching up to the bill. Those days, one coach, you need goalkeepers trainer. One coach na and what the whole entire setup in training. One coach. And so we had the likes of Salif and Science, Eddie and Science, Mohamed Odum, Samir Jays, Nanos, Ebendida.
I know quite a national idea.
What I say? We had just one coach, Ojina Phil, so MOBA instruction at the same time, like Joseph Tukifio. But Joseph Tukifio had 3 good goalkeepers, Samir Jay, Nano, and Dida. Who was their goalkeeper trainer? And yet, if you put any of them in his post, there is confidence. Everybody has confidence that Utimisha has. A scientific football data. Muslim goalkeepers trainer assigned purposely for goalkeepers training. Now, keeper could go no 3, 4, 5. What is the basis of employing a goalkeepers trainer?
But those days now goalkeepers and trainer 5 maybe. Oh, those days there should be 5, 3, yeah.
But keepers are more highly rated goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And again, highly and then Muslim virtually every team, 18 premier teams, you know, virtually every team be our goalkeepers trainer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, be out. But from what you are saying, it means that unfair blame no end to the doorstep of Ouattara. Because I remember when Ouattara bar for na say koyi mo ka say man fon to mbo kakra afi ni waba and pampa results asan daniama they say the inconsistency
anyway oba ya o wini okunsu atama ko wini and okoba bi su ko wini ye
na draw bi
and o board draw and o starting nya setbacks immediately no wini no am for so the magic wonder bar obi na say no
ta football
and am say no hold on Can't be catch them. They can was sempa. Say me money time. What I say? Money time. Or the show be number. Or players na change of mind be. Let's play to please the coach. Enti oba win but on money na acclimatize here. We'll go back. And that is exactly what is happening. It is not about the coach. What I say? It is about the sort of instructions or demo more munti.
Because say bia, ya dey be all chiro
Coach be catch them in Ghana. He was a former player. Was it the difference between their time and our time? The ability to consume the instructions of the coach too quickly. And if we omabong,
Name more scientific.
Bebre abong. Share everything is at the disposal.
As we be mama cook school.
Me say players no. Every scientific data is available.
Or you can learn online, to share YouTube.
Why is it that on performance here so poor?
Maybe the coaches have to also take blame. Maybe another players then come. Maybe a coach don't say teacher no.
Because coaches say what they teach them, they have to teach them and teach them over and over and over and over again.
Maybe a methodology na say son. We teacher now we teach them kwala ni we.
But omo no. Onimbo dada. Oye skillful player dada. Ball na kasa no onimbo dada.
They say una afi no coach Ronaldo say na bobo.
Yes, Messi. Position ni keke.
Pa ball ni man.
The man instruction say unya ball na say. But skill no dey e ne dia. And then we have a lot of footballers, but we don't have players.
We have a lot of footballers,
but we don't have players.
Difference here then?
Difference is that anybody who puts on hose and socks can kick a ball, and he's a footballer. But selection of a player to play a match, you need it.
Okay.
90% of our footballers are Ghana. Most of them are not players.
Has a recruitment. Maybe if you did, like you said earlier on, you could have gotten go be lead table, no?
Recruitment select players, don't select footballers. You don't ask coaches and so-called scouts, player Benjamin Kotono. You don't ask those questions. Those days, nobody was a scout for anybody. But even club chairman people say, this is a good player who can, yes, no Kotono. It is not about a scout anyone.
Scientific.
But you have not taken advantage of the scientific nature of football now. The scientific is drawing you back. The scientific is not making you achieve. And it was scientific anyway.
The house of players you'll be impressive so far this season.
This year, they were impressing me Kakrebi. Kakrebi. In fact, Hamza.
Hamza Isa.
Yes. And Obidi say Ampedu.
Okay.
Yes. And a player like me funny Linda.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Linda. Otanga.
Yeah, maybe Otanga.
Really?
Yes.
What you want to do?
Oh, actually, apart from Ampedu, yeah. Corsa is good, but it's bulky. On your fast pace, a winger.
That's one issue.
He's too bulky.
I remember his first games now, bye now.
The first game against Kotoko, they didn't call last stars. But, make a way, those who are listening should listen well. So that, say, has for a year recruitment, bear in mind the sort of players are recruitable. And it shouldn't be players of your friends.
Okay.
Or players recommended by somebody. You must know the quality of the player and ask yourself whether he can fit the bill of House of Folk. Because House of Folk should have a standard. I remember Uncle Atuahoye, when he was the board chairman, brought a recruitment policy. Say, any player except or you're exceptionally skillful, any player less than 5 feet in height should not be recruited into us. Oh yes.
I know there are short players who are
unless the player has something quality to add up to compensate for his short nature or to compensate for his frail nature.
What was the idea behind that?
The idea behind that was that we needed to get bulky players who can be marketed. What I say?
Yeah.
Intuition has 1999 2000 squad now. The shortest ever player was maybe Chasalute and Kenesapon.
Okay.
And maybe a Jatete.
Mokrano Munshadanye.
Omukromunya 2 shots, sir. Maybe Shmalado. Onye 2 shots, sir. But all these players are only 2 shots, and they have something extra to give Joseph to a few. If you look at Chastela, if you look at Kofo, Ajimendia, look at Jacob Neti, Amankwambluku. What do you say?
But you have that height in your post, in your goal post in Richard Atta.
For the bulky.
After the game, they will say my coach are confronted fans now.
Are you good?
My man can say fans now confronted now.
It was good. He approached them.
A good move.
Yes. It instilled confidence.
Really?
Oh yes. He's giving respect to the supporters. He wants the supporters to understand him.
Hey, my doubt is someone no can.
He's not snobbish. He wasn't snobbish. Okay, can I say?
You know, like to some in some near the other.
No.
What was that? Any excuse to lose to?
No, that was not an excuse. No, that was not the excuse. But the point was that when we are a coach and you become frustrated, you might be tempted to point at a straw to save you.
That's how not sounded.
Yeah, he was desperate. And he was frustrated. And there was no reason to give for letting Lagos City beat them by 2 goals to 0. There was no reason. The reason is that the team underperformed. What I say. But underlying the underperformance and opposite say, a day before the match, the lights went off, there was no food, there was this, there was no what I say. Though Mitmaka said the forum was not the appropriate forum to vent out those things. But he was frustrated, obviously. And when you become frustrated and care is not taken, you might be tempted to say a lot of things which are hidden. What I say. And he may also coach anybody say it is too early to praise him because of those matches he was winning. I said it at a semper.
But tactically, who did he say, oh, you're good?
I'm not seeing any tactics. I'm not seeing anything. Just like all the coaches that came and went away. I'm not seeing any tactics there.
That's all powerful for your results over.
The results over.
And you can see that's a place, no?
Energy
for
problems. Results in the background, I mean, what tactics?
Oh, energy for phobia, bad boys.
Energy bay. Energy no need to nearly a question. Energy no 2 nearly a question of medium. It is either the players are not understanding his tactics, or his tactics is failing the players. And for all this, I'm taking this year as the learning curve for the coach.
Okay.
He has to try.
Well, he was head saying, said, this is all I have. These are the materials I have.
When he came, he has tried every player. I think that the sense of it is that let me allow all of you to play.
I mean, Shemo.
The Shemo we are. Those that I feel I can work with, I select them and work with them next year. What I say. And to me, there is nothing about the coach. Normally, I don't accuse coaches. Some coaches are very good, but the students not born. Kofa left, no the Kofa right. Ball back trap, no balloon. Begin a game from your goalkeeper. Now goalkeeper na balloon ball. Who na bench? What will you do?
It's a
It's a team. One with the mission. Intermediate. For now, I'm not blaming Coach Ouattara for anything.
Okay.
He came to meet a certain situation. Situation will be meeting, It was as bad as we are having now. And if it is as bad as he is inherited now, what it means is that materials not better, I had the same materials are obedient Jumani, for the Jumani, non so the about the Jumani.
Wow. We will be wrapping up soon. But the next games House of Folk, I think the next 5 games House of Folk, we look at the position of House of Folk. Because I don't know, the Eka 11th position on the table. Very sad for a club like House of Folk. But I'm sure, so I was sharing on subscribe, I will subscribe. But you know, I drink share, I will send you commodity this year. So we wait my reply with you. Now, I'm interactive. So, see, I drink share or comment section. no subscribe when me notification bell no na de bia so atima koye Phobia Lane and I will share our channel so kijwana kasani Eric Asirubari of Fasabre I mean go to team kunya so at the about far is there hope looking on the table as of folk after 27 matches a good difference of 2. Wow.
But there is hope to lift as of folk from position I was here.
It really.
We have to a must. Hearts cannot afford to go down. We have to go up. What do you say? And now, Makajo said there is something called new normal.
Okay.
Within the 13 years, apart from 2021-22, a G League, a GFA Cup, the following season, a FA Cup, and Presidential Cup or something. If you take the whole 30 years, a new normal. There's a COVID, only have it new normal. What do you say? And you have to focus now. Now, a year cup winning team, no. Say no, a year middle table relegation threatening team.
Oh, but then okay. Yeah, like oh, you need to sana as a sanity.
New normal. Sana abe yes say.
You have to put threatening mid table.
Na anya mid table.
On the daddy ba say yes on the fatano. Yen sir.
Good. And then I make sure say team na a year cup winning team. League season be a starting league. You can't have to focus favorites no. Just say obetima aye too sure say next year as to focus be can favorites no.
You mean come on.
What do you mean can? It is because the new normal. As of now be middle table middle to down table team. To lift it up, here a revolution of the players.
Revolution
of the playing body.
But you guys have done revolution. Revolution, yeah, the players, yes, ship it out, Dibia Bademaya.
Yes. Yes, ship it out, Dibia Bano. Who are those who are so instrumental in bringing in and taking out?
Wow.
Who are those people? Go and find out. Who are those people and why have they not succeeded? It is because their mindset of recruitment is different from your mindset of recruitment. The type of players that we need are not the type of players that we recruit to. It doesn't make sense to recruit 15 players. It makes sense to recruit 3 players. It makes a lot of sense and waste a lot of money on 3 players who are extremely good than to waste money on 15 players. Where are my weaknesses? Where are my strengths? Even the strengths in the crowd, you need to have some backups or member competition on those positions. A honor who top a potential player who beat me a backup to groom him.
Young player B.
So who will be to say Ampadu? Ampadu are fitting in very well for us to follow. You need to have a backup, not Berfi, who is a midfielder. I'm a competent any defender. But go in for another right backer or younger. Obama Ampadu competition. Any moment Ampadu is not there, he fits in.
I think that has been a problem with Kosa. Kosa it's a danya competition.
Na anka Leventus attack. Any man competition. Also so Bobo. The bane of House of Folk, a kappa ya bombono, a bad recruitment, which results in mass shipping of players or massa. Oma be jom jijom sika ewie. Wa mo hwe ne apam no okọ. No obo club no ka. Omo so no. Omo ntimi nya hwe mayen. Bosumi soso ani antwa ne ka na akogina public. Yentwa me ka. Miwa onfamfa so bi ama.
But was sign contract.
Was sign contract. We deliver. On deliver on the contract. On my league, on my league a trophy. On my FA Cup trophy. On my Bosumi so yentwa me ka. E kom de me. Yentwa me ka. Yentwa me ka. Yentwa me ka. E kom de me. Yentwa me ka. O so mo hu. O mo hwe. Wa hu de me no. Enti afini be so no. O de this year ye be pam. O mo jiska wi o. Ni apam wo mo. Na increase the debt of us folk. Yes so players no ye ento potential a. Ye bitimi aton e dey replace e kana ye bo no. Ye ento players. These players are also not inspiring enough to draw the crowds, the fans to the stadium for us to get enough great fee. Ye nya omuso fa so bia. Player no a woton na enye yi. League ni so e so obone woni gina e din krofo ba park me be nya ska no. Omo ni ye, onimbo. Ono so bosom so a o san agi sika so tua meka no o san agi no o bomb say in all departments about ka and now rise house of folk debt.
Okay.
Right. Within this debt profile na yenya no 133 million Ghana cedis no. Achievement of why infrastructure,
yeah.
PHOBIA commercial center.
But infrastructure is also an achievement.
It is an achievement. So no your assets. What I say? Into your assets. But my point in say, recurrent expenditure in terms of day-to-day running of the club, who camp, who be feed the players, fuel for to attend matches. You pay the players not signing on fees. All these things, you know, except so bad for some has. More smaller clubs now, you kill yourself to play so that the has been who are the we are now a
Of how many points can House of Oak amass from the next 5 years and be boss?
We should amass
Accra Lions. Maybe my bought Fishers now. Yes, Accra Lions at home, away to Recruitment Chelsea.
Accra Lions, fare very well with House of Oak. Most times has show. But Accra Lions team, the young blend of players are Omudiko Kotoko 3-2 no. And one of the team be 5 in there no.
That's how they careful.
That's how they careful. That much, I say has to be careful.
They go to Recruitment Chelsea.
The best for us of Oak could be a draw. 1 point.
Then at home against Adriana.
Has to beat Adriana.
At home?
Yes. Even though I'm higher class for the game. But a Nibre bar, we are desperate. Now per points are it takes you to another level.
Okay.
And that is where we are now. We should be desperate enough to beat Adriana.
Wow. Then it will be an Accra derby against Great Olympics.
Anybody's match.
Then away to Bichim.
We can get a draw.
Points I can't kaboo me and lure you. And it's not looking good, offer.
It's not looking good.
Yeah. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
I think what House of Oak fan be able to and say, yeah, season in
points be near first rock can
because relegation is a bit
a bit more threatening, but we have to pull the chestnut out of the blazing fire.
Okay.
We have to do something extra.
That's pretty nasty players.
Sometimes when you know your players are not good, there is something that you do.
Okay.
To get the win.
Something.
Yes, there's something that you yourself man. So players in the union that's all. Where
but
you push them, you push the players a little, and then find solace. I saw mom yard. There be said the dinner coach was a shady team. But do on the right, Kosa on the left. So how we mean as a we need me as a one.
Central defense.
I was say January next year.
Was a place we on bomb first season.
No, a flat-footed. Ultimate more.
You give some opportunity.
Yeah, man, opportunity they are. Since I see be prior, one more boss and most every match we consider. In fact, at Besima, Ayobia, I say, your man another year. Because ball and no ball will be no. Maybe no ball has. There must be something wrong. Maybe psychologically on your tuned. We have to sit him down and let him know something. Then find out from him. It will not make my mind 1 year account.
Okay.
Otanga is not bad. This is Tim Odiwin, you know. And then Linda. And then this player, Salim
Adams.
He is going to be the shining star of House of Oak next year.
Really?
Yes, Salim. Salim Adams. He is going to be the player has to rely on next year.
Wow.
Salim.
You have to keep him.
Yes.
No problem. No?
We have to keep him. We have to do everything to keep him. Very good player. Or no. And then if Salifu wants to go, they should allow him to go.
Oh.
And replace him with Kakari.
Okay.
What do you say? Terms beyond the baby, if any favorable to us, he has come to play his part. They should let him
go. To me.
Definitely he will have to go one day. So they should
carry him now.
Some year in terms of money call. And then Kakari can fit in so much.
Okay.
And then strikers, Hamza Cisse is 50-50. Onye complete striker for my liking. We need to get a striker to partner Hamza.
So Hamza goes on and could be soon.
So the coach has his fair idea of the selection or the ball winning match. But the wood in tia no kofa subontia abishim. O muno the befia ko botu. No wa shift and pedua ko 3. Oh yes, that changes and no name my results no.
Like you said earlier, so try your.
But since our try will be a what try will be a 7 matches are okay or maintaining the squad no. What do you say? Okay. Or maintaining the squad no.
Of our last words, my House of Folk fans, camera you must come be choma because
my last Debbie club be on ups and downs. We have been down for far too long. There is the need for us to lift ourselves up. It will take a concerted effort from the board. I don't know whether we have management or not. I don't know. Because the secretary board chairman, and then largely the supporters. House of Folk strength is in the hands of the supporters. I don't like the way the NCC have conducted themselves within the 4 years of their stay. House of Folk, it is good to take advantage of social media. But House of Folk supporters cannot be organized through WhatsApp groups. No. WhatsApp groups, PHOBIA has. Tell me one. PHOBIA WhatsApp groups, social media, Facebook, WhatsApp. PHOBIA has. Has your giant structures. The NCC and the RCCs. WhatsApp platforms, attend the day unnecessary argument and make brofoka kasietro. And so majority of all these trust brofoka kasiering na omunya direct contribution via our club no. Omunya direct impact via our club no so. And so they are tigers and lions on WhatsApp platforms. It is good. But House of Folk should organize their supporters through the chapters, through chapters with chapter meetings. Go to meetings because chapter meetings, mukwa. Me fan say Abusoka chapter 53. Yesia minimum uso humi. Se midi watama umu se minie. Uso di matama me se unie. Uso suggest bibia minimum. Uso suggest bibia minimum. Ye contribution for operations are. Uye bi miye bi one tria e be mu so one tria we. What you say? Direct. WhatsApp watete ne picture bi ani ho akofa caricature bi akoto ho na odi atem sa
leadership of NCC fail come fail
ye nyina ani yama NCC na fail because every House of Folk supporter is interested in what leadership of the supporters but ono de onkoye leader ni bi now there will be elections across the country very soon. Regional elections. What's a platform be also with me? We have supporter we are concerned. Form a chapter. Regroup. Baby, I want to know. Baby, I want to know. There is a chapter there. A GUA. Regroup. Namunyam representatives. Emra Greater Accra. Has your boy matches for Accra. As this, representatives of all the chapters in Accra. And the Bobomia Regional Chapters Committee. No more chairman, any executive. Has so well organized structure. And no first one has a very great social media by Obiatiada. What you say? And a chapters no ever WhatsApp groups so. Please, my advice now is for who dumb chapter. My main chapter has a strength back home. A combo match Sunday across the country. Chapter BR when operations are here. Chapter BR when Empire Obo. Doko Malam Hobeko. Doko Sofu Hobeko. Doko Jujura Sosu Hobeko. Na chapters no we na kabom. And no house of folk at one thing. What
a good recruitment, huh?
Good recruitment. It what you da, Udin and the pen off our phone. What's up? Now what? Now type. Over type what type the whole 24 hours. Over type what jet yes, the whole day work done. Zero. Has a young son for Subia. Things must change from next year going.
All right.
This year the Ajiegu. Let us fight and stay in the league.
Madam was said no buy.
Thank you.
Madam was said no buy. The maiden edition of Phobia Lane. Now you know what I say. What you not fine. I'm sure they all kind of fans and swat.
Yeah.
I'm obeying Hujuma. The better say pa.
I'm taking interest in the
also sharing. The better was sharing. One shank here. You go. Thank you so much for joining us. The best so best subscribe your mind. Now I like all the comments so about that show no I there. Phobia Lane. Thank you so much, Kejuan Kasani, Erica Sidubari. Bye bye.